Hi, Nicola. How are you? You suffering from the heat there in New York? I'm really glad to have you join us today. We're just going to be going live in a minute here. I'm going to be starting in a minute. Hi, Norma. How you doing? Oh, it's terrible, Nick. I can't get out of the house. Um, I have to go out tomorrow, but they said that the smoke will be very heavy tomorrow. So it's a day-to-day thing, right? Um, you can tell that the smoke is heavy because you can't see any clouds in the sky. It's just like all hazy with smoke. It's terrible. How about you, Nicola? Are you suffering from the smoke at all? Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Beverly. How you doing? Yeah, so we're just talking about the weather. Um, the clouds are still. Oh, Beverly, how many times did you send that? Okay, okay, okay. Whoops. Okay, no problem on my end. Yeah, so we're just talking about the wildfires. So Canada's on fire, and the fires are burning pretty bad, depending on the geography. So we have out west, we have all the fires coming this way to the south. Down east, we have all the fires coming this way. And in between, we have Montreal that is also on fire. Yeah, it's craziness. So it's just, you have to find out on the day what it's going to be like before you can go out. Well, you know, I mean, I'm very lucky. I have my husband to do everything for me. So I don't have to go out. I don't have to do anything. You have to excuse my background here today. My grandson's having his room painted. So all the junk ended up in my office. Um, oh, he's so excited about having new paint on his walls. Oh, a kid doesn't even know he's living, I'll tell you. So he went from blue to green. And now my daughter's going to make a galaxy for him with all the stars and the planets and the moon and everything. So anyways, let's talk. So today our topic is incontinence. Um, a few a few weeks ago, I mentioned incontinence on one of my lives, and it seemed to have hit a nerve with a few people. And they said, "Please, please, please talk about this. We need to know the whys and the hows and what to do and blah blah blah." Well, there's not much to do about it, anyways, but you can learn to control it a little bit. People are surprised when you talk about incontinence, and everybody starts giggling. So, what is incontinence? It is an involuntary leakage of urine and a comorbidity of COPD. People with COPD know what incontinence is. We learn pretty quickly, right? Um, yes, you're right, Rose. Breathing does help. Um, it's also prevalent. It's not just us. It's also prevalent in baby boomers who have, you know, come to the age of about 50, 55, something like that. All of our organs start to kind of pull back a little bit, right? If you will. And usually if you're going to have any lung issues you're probably going to know by the time you're in your mid 50s or heading on to 60. Anyways, all kinds of people tell me that uh, they have a little squirt every time when they're laughing too hard. So this is a hidden topic. It's the things that we don't talk about. It's the things that your grandmother told you. That's dirty. We don't talk about that. Bathroom talk and anything having to do with using the bathroom or personal hygiene habits are never really talked about out loud. And it is largely unstudied by the researchers because nobody ever talks about it. They put up with the nasty habit as if it was their own fault, and it's not. Why are we not outing ourselves? Because it's only then that we can ask the doctor for help. Doctors and researchers get off easy when we keep these things secret. You've got to start telling your doctor what's happening, what's going on. When does it happen? And this should all be in your journal, anyways. When does it happen? What was the cause? How did it happen? What did you do? According to Doris Haglund, she is the associate professor of the School of Health and Medical Science, and this article came from Google Scholar. Coughing and urinary incontinence lead to poor quality of life in women and men with COPD. It affects women more than men, but I've heard from many men, personally myself, that have uh, been embarrassed by the incontinence, by the results of incontinence. When you ask the right questions concerning your urinary incontinence and quality of life, it should be studied and it should be included in our care plans. So when we're doing my COPD checklist, is this a big deal? Include it and make sure that your doctor is aware of what is happening. If we don't talk about incontinence and we don't talk about these nasty things, we keep them a secret and we make them bigger than they should be. Then we start isolating ourselves because we don't want to be around a bunch of people and pee our pants. Because, it's not nice. But what are you going to do? Are you going to stay in for the rest of your life? If you could go out, why would you be home? One of the causes of incontinence is called stress incontinence. And this is that incontinence that happens when you have deep, deep coughing episodes. So, when the phlegm is stuck in your throat, or when it's just right here and you just can't, you can't get it up and you start to cough and you get some air behind the cough. And now you're having really deep coughs and you keep coughing and keep coughing until, because now once it starts to move, it's choking you. So you've got to get it out, right? And that alone can cause incontinence. It's a lot of pressure on the diaphragm and it's a lot of pushing on your bladder. So it definitely can. I'm not a medical person. I don't know this from a medical standpoint, but from the research that I did, stress incontinence is one of the biggest things. These are deep coughs that put stress on the bladder until it seems like nobody is in control. And when you have a lung disease like COPD, we often have drastic episodes of coughing and overall low energy. It can be due to the high pressure um, coughing, and sometimes it happens when we cough so hard and so long that we are unable to control our bladder. This can also affect the bowels. Oh, yay! if we allow our bladders to get out of control, and if we allow our bladders to be the master, the next thing that's going to happen is the bowels will become involved. Can I just ask everybody to like my page and to maybe come back and share it after this is over? I really appreciate your support, and I am so trying to grow my page. So anything you can do, I would appreciate it. Through my life with bronchitis, I experienced this deep coughing very early on. I used to cough so much, and there was so little known in those days about what caused, bronchitis, what exacerbations were and what made them worse and so forth. But I sometimes coughed until I vomited. And it always left my stomach muscles achy and sore for days on end. So I don't know if anybody else had bronchitis where they coughed as much as that, but man. And of course, they didn't know anything in those days, right? So my grandmother would come up, she'd sit beside me and have a smoke, because what was she going to do? She was up. Shortness of breath, incontinence from shortness of breath. Coughing is not the only thing that, coughing is not the only time that we are surprised by incontinence. Anxiety can cause shortness of breath, episodes that can lead to incontinence. Big time. Most people with COPD have experienced major anxiety and panic attacks from shortness of breath at one time or another. I think we all have. Hey, Karen, you did find it. Good for you. Hi, Terry. Hi, Rose. Hi, Kathleen. We've all had this, right? We've all talked. I talk about it all the time: anxiety and stress, anxiety and stress, anxiety and stress. It's just so prevalent, right? And no matter how many times I talk about it, I still need another 100 episodes so I can get it all right in my head. So episodes that include thoughts of anxiety, fear, hopelessness, and confusion. When this adrenaline runs through our body, the question that our brain puts to us is fight or flight. If you try to move too fast, you will become more short of breath, and all of your body's energy will focus on the most important organs, the heart and the lungs. There is no bodily reserves of energy. It must all go to the brain. And all the organs that can survive without oxygen, like your bladder and your bowels, are basically on their own. The first is the bladder and the second is the bowels. And as soon as the body can calm itself and produce enough oxygen, the functions of the bladder will resume where it left off. Problem is, it might be empty now, and it may be too late for you. Often episodes of shortness of breath, especially if I am still standing and not found a chair or a place to sit, immediately makes me think of I'm going to wet myself. Before I had my stair lift installed, I hated going out. You see, the thing is that I'm on so many drugs to give me the urge to go to the bathroom and to drain excess water. So the medications want me to go to the bathroom lots of times. And I knew when I went out, I would be coming home to those 7 steps while I fought the constant urge to urinate. The more I let anxiety rule me, the stronger the urge got. Self-management is so important. And for the most part, it's learned behavior. It's particularly important that we learn self-talk, coping strategies, self-talk, coping strategies. Unmanaged anxiety seems to be particularly distressing for patients with COPD. Self-management strategies can be highly effective in preventing and managing anxiety. And one of the courses that you would look into taking is called cognitive behavior therapy. If you can find that in a series or courses, have a look at YouTube. I'll have a look and put something on my page. Cognitive behavioral therapy. They teach you how to turn things around and to, you know, look through a different see the world through a different glass, right? I know, Karen. It's too bad. I heard that you were at the ER last night. Um, at least you got something that'll help you. You feel better in 10 days, 7 to 10 days. So, cognitive behavioral therapies, they're the ones. Accidents happen to all of us, and it happened to you. I am sorry. I have never had a full blown accident, but I don't doubt that it would be easy to happen. One of the things that we can do if we have little squeezes is a feminine hygiene product. Are we all ladies today? I think so. Using feminine hygiene products. Now, these are small and large pads that we put inside of our underwear to absorb the small squirts. I don't know that I'd use them for a full blown. Like if you're really losing control of your bladder, I'm not sure that these are what I'm going to use, but women have a good understanding of these products and they're familiar with them. These products can get larger and increase in absorption. So I don't know if guys out there, if any guys come on here, they're going to say, the hell is she talking about feminine products? They can become a little bulky, but hey, if you can figure out how to put them in there and, just have it absorb the urine, you haven't get caught, right? Today we have incontinent underwear, and it works very well for front and back. Although it's not a perfect solution, it's a better solution than the embarrassment of not having anything at all. These products can be purchased online, and they come in a package that does not reveal its contents. I'm going to set up an affiliate page on Amazon, and I'm going to put some stuff up there for you. Anybody have any questions? Yes, I agree, Nicola. I agree. It's worth the price. Oh, thanks, Rose. Thanks for backing me up there. Yeah, and I think that you can get them on Amazon, and they'll deliver right to your door. The next thing I want to talk about, I'm not finished with bathroom talk. The next thing I want to talk about is using a bidet. Because of my overinflated lungs, my rib cage stays open. To look at me, you wouldn't even know that there was anything, whatever, right? It makes mobility very, very hard. So what I'm talking about now is wiping. We all have to go and we all have to wipe. As women, we know that you have always been taught to wipe to the back. It's very, very important that girls wipe to the back, and all girls know this. What do you do when you can't reach it? Because your chest is so big that you can't even get back there. We know that if we're wiping forward, we're opening ourselves up to a lot of urinary tract infections, and they can be nasty. They can be intense, they can be painful, and you can't get off the toilet. Not only are they a nuisance, but they also mean another round of antibiotics. Not only are they, my solution to that problem is to keep myself fresh by using a bidet every time I use the toilet. So I'm not sure what people are going to think about this. My friend Carol told me about this solution years ago. And I'm one of those people who um, asks the question, and then I put up my hand and say, oh, yeah, but that wouldn't work for me. And she had used it. She had used it for years. She said it was the best thing she ever had. I just could not believe that she would be using one, and I was pretty sure that I couldn't use it because the water would be too cold. Because the water comes right out of the tap, right? The water is only cold the first time, and after that, absolutely no problem. Today's bidets retrofit on your normal toilet. They cost about $50, and it hooks right up to the water line right by your toilet. Your toilet has a water line there, and they just put a sprocket on in between. When you purchase a feminine one, it has a feminine spray and a back spray. So one for the front and one for the back. I can only imagine how wonderful this would have been had I used it when I was having heavy periods. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to offend you, but all of us are women here, and we do know that. Consider one for yourself and make your bathroom time a little more pleasant. If you have any questions on um, anything that I said today, don't worry about texting me. You can text me anytime. Or okay, let's sit back, lower our shoulders, straighten our back. Place your hands on your hips, palms up. Today we're going to concentrate on our breath so that we can gain more control over our bladder and bowel, getting short of breath or having excessive coughs. Bring your mind to your breath. Concentrate on your breath. Practicing this will help you to make it a habit. Inhale through your nose. Take a deep breath and feel it going down your spine into your abdomen. Hold for a few seconds and exhale through pursed lips. When you get into trouble, you cannot catch your breath. Invite this habit to become your go-to. Inhale through your nose, taking a deep breath down your spine and into your belly. Hold for a few seconds and exhale through pursed lips for longer than you inhaled. Begin to breathe using pursed lips. Inhale through your nose and take a deep breath into your belly. Hold for a few seconds and exhale through pursed lips for longer than you inhaled. Remember to keep your thoughts positive. What you say has power, so be careful what you're talking about. Inhale through your nose and take a deep breath through your belly. Hold for 2 seconds and exhale through pursed lips. Stay in this moment and concentrate on your breath. Inhale through your nose. Take a deep breath into your belly and hold for 2 seconds. Then exhale through pursed lips for longer than you inhaled. Stay in this moment and concentrate on your breath. Inhale through your nose and breathe deep into your belly. Hold for 2 seconds and exhale through pursed lips for longer than you inhaled. We are slowing our breathing pattern so we can breathe more efficiently. Inhale through your nose and take a deep breath into your belly. Hold it for 3 seconds and exhale through pursed lips for longer than you inhaled. Each breath has more meaning than the last. Inhale through your nose and take a deep breath into your belly. Hold for 4 seconds and exhale through pursed lips for longer than you inhaled. Notice how relaxed and calm you are. Inhale through your nose and take a deep breath into your belly. Hold it for 5 seconds and exhale through pursed lips. Yes, I know, Miss Claudette. You should have bought one for yourself. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Come back. Please like and subscribe to my page, and feel free to share. Have a good day, everybody.